someone's TV on really loud?
It's mine. I'm an idiot.
Man, we're killing it. Wow. People
Welcome.
already champing at the bit to get DJ on here.
It's chomping at the bit. Welcome to Happy Hour Live. Been a couple months since we've done one. It feels good to be back. This Happy Hour Live today is presented by our friends over at Vizzy. As we know, summer has phased out, and it's time for something fresh during the season to change. So while you make that transition, grab a case of Vizzy Hard Seltzer with flavors for every vibe. Whether you're cozying up for cuffing season or hosting a tailgate that will be the envy of the lot, pass the vibe check with a case of bold, delicious Vizzy Hard Seltzer. They got that Vizzy Mimosa pack. The refreshing taste of real orange juice is perfect for daytime sipping. But we don't discriminate. You can do it at night too. It comes in strawberry orange, pineapple orange, peach orange, and pomegranate orange. In the variety packs of your thing, they got two of them. Such flavors as strawberry kiwi, blueberry pomegranate, raspberry tangerine, papaya passion fruit. That's Dylan's fave. Put that on the playlist, Dylan. They also have blackberry lemon if you're a lemon person. Vizzy Hard Seltzer, flavors for every vibe. Stock up on Vizzy Hard Seltzer and show some love for the show. Here's how to get yours. Go to VizzyHardSeltzer.com/washed to find Vizzy near you. That's VizzyHardSeltzer.com/washed. And to hear first about the latest flavor drops and more, sign up at VizzyHardSeltzer.com/subscribe. You must be 21 or older. And our good friends at the Molson Coors Beverage Company in Milwaukee, Wisconsin would love to remind you to celebrate responsibly. All right, let's happy hour. Randy's out. Today, we have a special guest in the building. Some know him from No Laying Up. Some know him as a tremendous slouch per Twitter. We're talking about DJ Pie.
Hey, guys.
Welcome.
How are you?
What's up,
Thrilled
DJ?
to be here. Thrilled to be
Hi,
here.
DJ.
Hey, Dave. How are you, man?
Man, I'm fantastic, but you already know that.
Yeah, I did. It was a rhetorical question.
Man, we have another DJ in the network. Not sure if you're familiar with DJ Bean of the Brunch Podcast. My middle name is Joseph. Some people call me DJ as well. It seems to be the year of Deej, so welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, that's good to hear. I don't have a J middle name. I don't know if that's breaking news. It's Dennis Jr. Dennis William.
Okay.
So, just that.
Listen to the pod one time, Dylan.
That's
Come
a free
on,
one.
Dylan.
No. That wasn't a. I'm
He
not
goes
trying to
by
catch
DJ.
it.
Everything I said was very applicable.
Yeah, I'm just trying to relate.
on.
That wasn't a gotcha, Dylan. That wasn't a gotcha.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, DJ.
Are you guys having anything? I'm going with the Yingling tonight because we are all out of Vizzy Hard Seltzer, as you can see from our Vizzy thing in the background that is completely empty.
I have a, you mentioned Milwaukee, Wisconsin here. I figured I would go, it's a little on trend, a little maybe obvious, but I went with a Spotted Cow, competing brand for your sponsor, but delicious nonetheless.
I have just a nice full-bodied red here that I'm working on. It's doing me quite nicely at the moment.
I was gonna smoke on that hard seltzer competitor pack, but instead I'm going with the ranch water with a splash of pineapple. Known to some as the Flirty D. There's a lot of different names.
The Flirty D. All right. Okay.
This is my first Yingling of the year so far, Dylan. I know that you're the Yingling noted fan in the group chat.
Yeah. Yingling, of course, was not available this side of the Mississippi River for a very long time, and now it is. And I'm drinking it at a rapid clip.
America's oldest brewery, isn't that what they say, Dylan?
It is. It is indeed.
DJ, while you're here, I wanted
Sure.
to see if you could guess the length of Dylan's television /monitor /iPad.
Actually, Dave, TVs are measured diagonally. Everybody knows this.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're trying to what is that? The hypotenuse? Is that what they call it? I think.
Yes.
Isosceles.
Things of that nature. I'm going to say you might shop at the same place Solly shops for his TVs. This is a running bit that a lot of people, when we do these live streams, think Solly's head is covering his TV. They can't see it. I'm going to say it's bigger than you'd think, and it's 48.
Wow. You overshot it. So I will pan the room a little bit. A lot of people think this is my living room. It is not. This is like the kids' playroom.
Oh, I see.
Very small room here.
Yeah.
Very small. There's the other wall right there. It is a 42-inch television, which people seem to think is about an 18-inch, and I've been getting a lot of shit for it. But it fits the room quite nicely, and I have no regrets hanging it on the wall.
Why are you just watching like Super Bowl highlights in the background? Are you just horny for football?
It's just getting hyped.
It's just on ESPN is just like my background noise at all times, pretty much. So yeah, it's on ESPN.
I figured you might be on the NFL Network, hoping that your appearance just randomly comes up in the background.
I've never caught it in the wild. I've just had people send me screenshots of it. DJ, if you're unaware, I was famously on the NFL Network one time. I have no business talking football in that capacity, but they invited me and I said yes.
Well, congrats.
Thank you. It was very cool.
I'll keep an eye out.
This was like 8 hours after Dylan and I shut down one of the worst bars in Austin, Pop.
Yes. Yes.
What made it bad?
Anxiety through the roof. We had a party the day before, like a work. It was a work party, but it was, I don't know. It lasted for many hours, and we just parlayed that into. We went to like a bottle service club after that and stayed there until 1-ish a.m. And it was just a really bad move, and I had to get it. I had to be back downtown the next morning for this interview for the NFL Network at like 8 a.m. It was just a really bad situation. So,
not a good situation as as cameras have gotten better, right? For TV and things like that. I used to be able to get away with that stuff back in the day, but
I looked very
longer.
puffy. This is also before I grew out this very full manly beard that you're seeing right now. So just full puff face. It was bad, man.
I got a little of that. I got some very hostile lighting going on here, so you can't see anything on my face. All my features have washed out, which is a good camouflage.
I'm glad you brought up your content cave that you're putting together right now. Do we have a name for where you're doing this? Do we have any signature pieces of memorabilia that just are a must on the walls here?
It's a work in progress. Tron, one of my, of course, co-hosts, compatriots at No Laying Up, has just been referring to it simply as The Room, which I like. Kind of a Tommy Wiseau trademark, but I'm a fan of The Room, so I've been going with that. No real trademarks, I wouldn't say. I'm a big fan. It's very cliche maybe, but I'm a big Beatles guy. It's a British band, and I'm a big golf guy. So I like this picture of them kind of looking very aloof at golf. I believe this is at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. That's one of my favorite pictures. So I guess that might be the centerpiece. I guess I would go with that.
Are you of the thinking that in a fist fight, the Beatles beat up the Rolling Stones?
No. Is anybody of that thinking?
I got yelled at recently by one of my in-laws' friends at a party. He recently started listening to our podcast in his retirement. And that question came up one day, and he told me that the Beatles are way tougher than I gave them credit for, which I don't know if I really actually believe. Yeah,
I don't even know if there's any Beatles fans that could beat up any Rolling Stones fans. It's like that's two different kind of ethoses that you're dealing with there.
DJ, let me just kind of compare what you're doing in your content cave to what I've done in mine, because I famously have 17 monitors just so I can watch every game.
Right.
How many do you have? Double dig?
No, single dig. Single dig. As in, I have my computer and I do have one TV. It's also a 42-inch TV. Shout out to Dylan. But if I'm, no shots, but it fits the room a little better, I would say. Yeah.
No, I get it. Mine's a little bit more. Mine's a little extra because I've been living there lately. Sure. Things aren't really going well here on the home front. So
I hate to hear that.
It does look like an interrogation setup you have going on there.
Again, hostile lighting.
Yeah.
You keep me here for 6 or 7 hours. You could probably sweat anything out of me.
When KJ, our friend KJ, the co-host of Too Much Dip, when he moved to Madison, the first couple of weeks we had him in remotely, he was doing it from his basement with just like a concrete wall behind him. It was
tough.
It looked like something bad was going to happen.
Kind of some ISIL vibes.
Yeah,
probably.
yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Recording to VHS, mailing them out to news organizations. stuff like that.
Some live tour vibes. Golf, bringing it back
always,
to golf.
Always stick to
Wow.
sports, man.
Very good, Dave. Didn't you have some
Will,
golf?
what about this? No, go ahead.
What,
I was
Bill?
going to see if we're going to. I was going to ask when we're going to start this really exciting game that you've prepared for everybody. But if you have some golf first, if you want to get to that, please.
Yeah, let's get to the bottom of the golf.
Don't look at me for golf.
What's in your bag, DJ? Do you want to show it to us? No, I'm kidding.
It's down in the garage, unfortunately. I would point you to our YouTube channel. We just did a whole what's in the bag, Dave. I know you're a big gearhead.
Yes, famously. I want to
You guys,
play Will's game.
Are y'all still Callaway guys, by the way?
We are proudly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I haven't figured out how to use them any better, but they are a persistent part of my game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a loose affiliation with Callaway, of course.
I think we have a mutual friend
years
in
back.
hashtag Chad Coleman.
We sure do. Doing big things with the Dude Perfect guys. We miss them so much. And we missed the Callaway plug even more. Sorry, Chad. Hope you're not listening.
Oh.
I had a question. They said we could hit him up if we needed to. I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah,
Kinda test the waters.
we kind of have hit them up, and they kind of didn't really get back to us all that well.
Sweet. Shout out, Chad.
So
Just COVID, man. It's been crazy.
yeah,
Dude, we're just catching up.
Yeah, it's been tough.
Yeah, the email's just buried in their inbox.
Dude, we've just been swamped lately.
Oh well.
DJ, I did something that we might end up regretting in 10 minutes time.
Sure.
But I've created a game. If you would like to partake in this game.
That sounds great. It's very Saw of you.
Yeah. So I forgot to put on my Saw makeup,
Yeah.
unfortunately, but I still have the game in front of me.
Yeah. Well, let's do it.
This is a game that I like to call DJ, Pie, or both. And you
Okay.
have to guess whether or not these are famous DJs or maybe even unfamous DJs, types of pie and or pastries,
Okay.
or both.
This is a great idea.
Okay, are you ready for us?
I can't
Have
believe
you
you
ever
have
played
10 minutes worth of this.
Have
Yeah,
you ever
it was
played
probably about
anything
to be
of the
3.
sort before? Probably not.
No, this is a first.
Okay.
Our first one's a layup. I just want to make sure that everyone understands the rules and can get through this and do this. Our first one should be very easy for you. Marshmallow.
You want me to just shout them out? Am I on an island here, or is this
Yes.
everybody?
Yeah.
Are we all playing, or is it just for DJ?
I think DJ should answer first, and then I think you
Sure.
can say whatever you want.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that is in fact a DJ, but not a both.
I mean, have you guys had Marshmallow Pie? I've never had it. I think it's a Midwest thing.
I'll go next. I'm pretty sure Marshmallow is a DJ, and although I've never had Marshmallow Pie or have ever heard of it, I imagine it exists. So I'm going to say both.
You know what? I realize you were trying to give us an early, easy both layup there to illustrate the rules, and I forgot that it could also be a pie. I was just really kind of self-conscious about whether I'd know any cool DJs or not. And once I knew that was a DJ, I kind of just blacked out and said, yeah, that's a DJ. So I'm going to change my answer to both.
Ooh. I know this is a pie because I've had deep fried marshmallow pie at the State Fair of Texas.
Mm.
So I'm going to say
Don't fry
both.
anything.
Because Marshmallow seems like he's in the ballpark of, our old friend Martin Skrillex. I believe that was his name.
That's his name.
He's
That's his name.
the king of the festival.
Yeah.
And the kind of hair swooping over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the one Mike Posner took a pill with in Saint-Tropez.
Right.
Exactly.
Thank
Throw
you.
him. Same guy.
That is both. I've never had Marshmallow Pie, but I'm sure it's very Midwest. Wahe is our next one, spelled. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. It's Wahe.
I'm going to say that is a pie.
Dylan?
Ooh, I'm going to say that's a DJ and not a pie.
I really need DJ Wahe to be a person who exists in this timeline. So give me DJ and DJ only. Final answer.
I've got some tough news, boys. It's both.
Wow.
One, this is a flat pie or cake prepared with short pastry and topping of either fruits, vegetables, and cheese. It's also a DJ musician based in Melbourne, Australia. They believe in the power of music as a conduit. Dave, you're a big fan of conduits overall. To the black queer spirituality and dedicate their time to coaxing the spirits to dance. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
To my surprise, their bio was actually the bio on Red Bull's website. So they're big enough to be on Red Bull's website. Big Verstappen guys.
We've been trying to get that Red Bull bag for a minute. Fingers crossed.
Can I tell you something? This is an amazing idea for a game. I'm all in on this. I can't wait to hear the next one.
Thank you. I thought it would either go really well or really poorly. So our next one, our third one is Zelnik, spelled Zelnik.
Come on. Zelnik.
That feels like a musical DJ. Here.
Zelnik.
Yeah. I am also going DJ in this one. I can't imagine a Zelnik pie and what might be in a Zelnik pie.
David?
Yeah, I actually, this isn't really fair, but I actually recently saw Zelnik at Burning Man. Yeah, he was on the the Great Pyrenees float. Yeah, we don't really know. I may have imagined the entire thing, but I definitely perceived it. I perceived Zelnik, DJ Zelnik.
I got bad news, boys. It's not a DJ at all. It's only a pie. We got Zelnik.
That's good. This game is good.
You guys have clearly never spent time in Bulgaria or Northern Macedonia, and it shows because Zelnik's a traditional pastry eaten that's composed of layers of thin rolled leavened wheat flour dough and possibly even a phyllo pastry of sorts. But yeah, it also features various combinations of feta cheese, eggs, sorrels, browned meat, leeks. Dylan, you're a big leek guy, and or rice.
Love a good leek. Love a good leek.
Pretty happy about this next one. It's called Bugatti.
Leaking.
You guys familiar with Bugatti?
No, but that sounds so foodie. But I've been so wrong about all of them. Bugatti. I'm gonna say, I don't know. I'm gonna kind of take a page out of my friend Neil's book, who in our weekly picks sometimes will run what he calls a Costanza, which is where you choose the opposite of what your gut thinks. And I'm gonna go with both.
D-Man.
I like that.
DJ2.
Which D-Man are you talking to? We're all D's.
Very confusing.
Okay.
I also have a D in my name. Whoever.
I'm going to go. This game is much more challenging than I could have ever thought.
Bugatti.
I'm going to go pie. Pie only.
Okay. David.
This is interesting because I've actually had Bugatti. It does sound Italian in origin. However, it's actually originated in Albania. That being said, it is also a DJ. I know this because in 2010, I saw Bugatti at Coachella.
Really? Did they do a set in the rave cave?
They did. It was a rave cave that just turned into a silent disco.
That's cool. Well,
Very
I have
cool.
great news for you guys. Bugatti is both.
Yeah. Like I said,
it's a custard and cheese and minced meat pie from Greece, obviously, but it's also there's also a DJ named Bugatti Boy. He's kind of underground right now. He's got 91 lifetime streams on SoundCloud, which is pretty cool. I was the 91st today. But yeah, he's actually pretty good. The first of his songs on SoundCloud is actually an hour long, and it starts off with just dolphin noises. So yeah, DJ Bugatti Boy.
Super smart animal.
self-aware.
Playing that in the office. I didn't know that was DJ Bugatti.
It was going hard wasn't it? Yeah, it was good.
I'm about to add that to Dylan Faves, man. That thing was pretty hard.
Well, this is a great time to Small Business September.
Is it?
If he's only doing double-digit streams, I mean, we just kind of helped him out. Sounds like he's an up-and-comer.
Oh yeah,
he's going to explode after this for sure.
He's on the up and up for sure.
Sure.
Our next one.
Calm down, dude.
Mice. M-I-C-E.
That's a terrible name for a pie if it is one.
Yeah, and I does beg the question, if someone with 90 streams is a DJ, how many pies would one have to make to qualify, as a pie? Like, have 90 people in the history of the world put mice in a pie? I'm going to say yes, but I don't want to be.
West Virginia does exist as a state.
I don't want to be too procedural.
Oh,
here.
It's a stray.
I don't want to be too persnickety. I'm going to play along. I'm going to say, oh God, I'm going to say both again. Seems like some sort of Dead Mouse spinoff has to be out there. If you're getting that deep in the SoundCloud mines, I gotta think you're coming across some self-aware pair that's just going by mice.
I will admit this: Bugatti Boy is the most niche DJ that we have tonight.
Okay,
Dylan.
If a mice pie exists, I would like to think there's not actual like mice meat in said pie. Having said that, I don't think it's a pie at all. I think it is only a DJ Mice.
David. Yeah, it's interesting. Another one that I've kind of got a little background knowledge on. So it's actually not, it's interesting because there is a DJ Mice. Now, I did see DJ Mice at Hangout Fest 2011. That being said, the pie in a traditional sense is pronounced mise, and it comes from a rural part of Ukraine. And it's a great time to point out that we stand with Ukraine.
We do. So
it's both.
Yeah, this is the cheapest one of the night because obviously Dead Mouse is a DJ, and obviously there's dead mice in all these pies. I'm not sure if do you guys have any cooking websites that you go to? I'm a big fan of just going to classic New York Times for some recipes. But are you guys familiar?
I like whatever gives me the longest story before the recipe is what I try to suss out.
Those are the best, aren't they?
Yeah. I like
it all
as many
started
programmatic
in
ads.
2004 when I was hungry for some Bugatti.
And Dave is quite the festival head. I never knew that about him.
He's tweaking on 2CB
cool.
as we speak.
I'm very high.
I'm not sure if you guys frequent the website Early Frontier Recipes, but they have a field mouse pie recipe. If you want to go read it yourself, you can go to cookingonthewildwestfrontier.com. They have clip art. And it calls for a few field mice, or if you want to substitute it because you don't have any at your disposal, you can also use a pound of sausage.
I'd probably do that.
Our next one, blueberry.
Blueberry.
I'm gonna say this is not a DJ. I'm gonna say this is just a pie, and I think you're trying to throw me off with something real. Just, middle fastball here.
It's an EFIS pitch right in your kitchen. Dylan?
Yeah, I'm along the same line of DJ's thinking here. I think this one's too easy. It's a setup here. And I think it is also only a pie.
Interesting. So I actually saw DJ Blueberry at Lilith Fair in 1999. I was with my sister and her friends. She's significantly older than I am, but she took me to Lilith Fair, kind of changed my life and kind of changed my whole perspective on everything. That being said, blueberry pie is a thing. I think it's indigenous to the United States, southern region.
I could find zero actual DJ blueberries on the internet, especially on Spotify. There's no DJ blueberries, so I have to go with simply it's just a pie. I will note that there is a weed strain called DJ Short Blueberry that is, quote, per Leafly, a living legend. So
I've smoked that. I smoked that ish before. Yeah, it's very sticky.
Is it loud, Dylan?
It's the stickiest, loudest you'll ever try. Yeah.
All right, we're at the nitty gritty at this point.
Dave and I actually smoked it at Lollapalooza one year together. It was like 2014, I think.
Dude, that was a fun year.
It was.
I'm not suggesting that this is a bit, but I was listening to the pod just very recently when I think you said you'd never been to Lollapalooza. Is that accurate?
No, that was satire.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Dylan plays too much.
I think I just said that like 2 days ago.
I think you did. I think I was listening to that when I was cutting my grass. Good tie in there.
We're at the end of the list here. We have Dillweed.
Dillweed. I'm gonna say that's just a DJ.
Dillweed.
DJ or pie, Dylan, or both.
Dillweed. I've heard of Dillweed. That's an actual thing. I've never heard of Dillweed, however. Not sure it belongs in pie either way. I'm going to say DJ only.
Now, I know for a fact this one is only a DJ because Dillweed is famously Incubus's first DJ before they hit it big.
With Gilmore.
Right.
Yeah.
This was the guy they grew up with, and like they got sideways somewhere. There was like maybe a gambling debt involved, but yeah.
Dude, he and Brandon just didn't get along with the coach.
He got mad because Brandon kept taking his shirt off on stage. Like, dude, why don't you calm down there, guy?
You know what was big? You've really stumbled into something here, but big crossover for me when I was a kid was DJ Kilmore's Table-list T-shirt that he would wear. It's like the Titleist logo, but it said Table-list.
That's tight.
I was very seen by that. That was very cool.
Did young DJ go crazy when he saw that?
Yeah, I was like asking people, like, do you guys? I don't know if you guys get it, but like I work at a golf course. I can like explain it to you. It's just Acushnet. It's his company in Massachusetts.
Kind of a golf guy.
Yeah.
Dude,
That's a brag.
I love explaining T-shirts to people.
For sure. That was a big. I spent a lot of my life doing that.
Oh, you know what I love? I love when I'm getting my haircut today and I have to explain the Too Much Dip hat, which will be available on the Wash Media shop very soon. But had to talk podcasts and get into my career, which I shouldn't care about, but I did, and I didn't. I just wanted to lay back, hit sports clips, and watch sports. Instead, I'm talking pods.
Watch some NFL Network. You like leaving it at the office. I know, right?
Yes.
Where were we?
Dillweed.
Dillweed is just a DJ. Not
That's
familiar with
cool.
his work.
Needed that one.
He kind of fell off. Yeah.
He's credited on Science though, and Fungus Among Us, I think.
Do you remember Pardon Me? Do you remember the bridge? He actually wrote the bridge.
Exactly. Right before it explodes.
Yeah. At some point when there's that. Yeah, you get it.
Yep.
Right before the smoke machines go off.
Exactly right.
DJ, actually, I was going to ask a morbid question. Like, have you ever thought about if you were like a part of the Make-A-Wish Foundation, what your wish would have been?
I'm sure I have. I don't know that I've cataloged it.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of freewheeling here. What about you? Why don't you give me a second?
I've famously, mine is that I want to be in the tunnel at a Lions game, just doing the smoke machine on them as they run out. I just think it'd be fun just to sit there, and then I'm sure you get a signed jersey out of it. But
sure.
I think 35 is too old to actually do that, and I hope that I never have to worry about that.
Mine is to play a round of golf with the guys from Dude Perfect. Actually.
What about you, Dave?
Mine is for Tron to come to town and like text me before and be like, "Hey man, I'm coming to town. Let's get a beer." And then for him to actually follow through with that.
That's tough.
He's a big Perlis guy.
But that does
Big
feel.
Perlis
I mean,
guy.
it feels attainable.
Yeah, well, we're fingers crossed, man.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. Maybe we'll hear from Tron tomorrow night. Maybe.
How is our boy Tron? I like that dude. How's he doing?
Tron's great. He's what they say, battening down the hatches right now in Jacksonville. Big storm, storm coming through. So he's,
of course.
His kids are out of school, no daycare, nobody can go outside. I think it's a bit of a, The Shining situation going on in his house. Just people losing their shit, waiting for the storm to come through. So he's, but he's persevering. I've heard some good, some proofs of life this evening, and hopefully they make it through the night just fine.
DJ,
I haven't thought about the Make-A-Wish thing. Maybe, I've been really inspired by some of these storm chaser guys to tie it all together. I really like the guys that parachute into a very hostile weather event, do the live hit, and then if there was a way to just kind of get right out of there, I think that would be kind of fun.
I mean, if you're ever in Austin, you and Dave can hop in the car and do a storm chasing pod.
That'd be very interesting.
Got you.
Yeah.
I got you, man. I famously fear the tornado, but I'm very fascinated by it. We should do that sometime.
Yeah.
DJ, I was champing at the bit to ask you this. Can you just power rank the no laying up guys?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Randy's number one, easily. Then I think you go with Solly, 5-tool player.
Mm-hmm.
Neil is an energy guy. I think you need him. And then I would say Tron, and then I would put myself last.
Oh, come on.
That's leaders lead from the front or from behind or whatever the metaphor would be.
No. I've got you top 3 for sure.
Really?
And
The polls differ on that.
Dylan was once on an Entourage podcast, and at the end of every podcast, the Oh Yeah podcast, for those keeping track at home, they ask, if you were a character in Entourage, who would you be? And Dylan was like 50 episodes in, and he was the first person to ever say Adrian Grenier.
Vince. Yeah, I picked Vinny.
That's such a cocky answer.
I mean, it felt right. It still feels right. Has anyone picked Vinny since me? Do we know?
I think you might have been the only one. I chose.
He was so caught off guard by that answer too. It's like JR is the most prepared podcaster I've ever been around, and he was just like, "Oh, no one's ever done that."
Someone's got to pick Vinny. Who did you guys pick? Were you E? Will?
I think I am most like E, which actually hurts to say because I think that E stinks. But I feel like people look at me as Turtle, which I don't really appreciate.
You have Turtle vibes for sure.
I know, but I think I'm an E, unfortunately, which I don't think is better. I think I'd rather be Turtle.
I think I said E reluctantly, and it made me feel bad. Like part of me wanted to be Ari, but looking back, nothing Ari did aged well. In fact, it aged quite poorly. So I was like, I don't really want to do that. He was kind of like the nice guy, classic wife guy. So yeah, he's fine. Dylan, I got you as drama.
What a Rorschach test here.
Get out of here
It's
with
interesting.
that,
Look into the psyche of the circling back guys.
You are drama, Dylan.
what are you talking about, dude? How so? Baby bro.
That was really good.
Bro.
Dude,
Yep.
you crushed
That's
that.
pretty good, right?
You really crushed that.
Thank you. Are we finished
I
with the
only
game?
Yeah, there's one more. Cream.
Come on, man.
Nah, we don't
Jeez,
do
grow
that.
up.
We could skip that one.
Grow
No, the
up,
other ones I
dude.
had were stupid. We had Pumpkin. Pumpkin is both, but I have bad news. DJ Pumpkin, there's two of them. One of them has since passed away in 2016, and the other one is actually seemingly popular in the K-pop scene, and he's about 40 years old in Korea.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It was a sad
Shout
deal.
out
I was at
DJ
that show.
Pumpkin.
The final Lil Pumpkin
Oh,
show.
wow.
Yeah.
DJ Pumpkin died at the show? That's really sad, man.
Yeah, it was. I don't really remember.
It was an
I just know
after.
I was there.
It was an after show. It was like one of the secret shows after.
Yeah.
After the festival.
It was.
I
It was
think-
like. Yeah,
think
it was
I read
after
something about
ACL. It was at Stubbs. It was a surprise show. Like
Yeah.
you had to work at Facebook to have a ticket, which is kind of how it works now.
A bunch of unruly teens just broke into the concert and smashed him on the ground.
Yeah,
Not good.
not good at all.
Come on, man. That's stupid. That's so stupid.
Did y'all have Devil's Night? You didn't have Devil's Night down in Texas.
No,
we didn't call it that. I mean, we went out and ran amok around town a little bit, but we didn't have an actual name to it.
Out of everyone in this happy hour live right now, Dylan, I hate to say that you are the one who has the vibe of someone who smashed the most pumpkins and ruined the most families' Halloweens growing up.
No, I legit never smashed a pumpkin until after the Halloween festivities had concluded. Like if someone had a rotting pumpkin laying around, I would probably smash it.
You're
I
checking the
wouldn't do
box.
it before.
Oh my
I wouldn't do it.
god!
Yeah.
I wouldn't ruin anybody's Halloween, man. That's kind of messed up.
You have the worst ratio of pumpkins smashed to knowing a Smashing Pumpkins song. Smashing Pumpkins songs known. There's no
Yeah.
way you know any Smashing Pumpkins songs.
Which had to
I
be
don't
an
know the
interesting
names of them.
Lollapalooza for you when you and Dave were there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was so
Dude, it was
high
embarrassing.
off of DJ Blueberry. I don't remember much of it actually.
Yeah,
I am familiar with Smashing Pumpkins. I can't name a song off the top of my head, but it's a very recognizable lead vocalist. Don't know his name. I'm very familiar with the band.
Dylan. I love that. If nothing else came out of this podcast today, it's that Dylan was a conscientious pumpkin smasher growing up.
Yeah,
He did it
He was
respectfully.
He did it. It was a
I
respectful.
did it with a touch of class, you know.
Not a touch of class. Don't quote Trevino. No.
Yeah.
I like golf too.
Dave, I bet Dave was the guy. You walk up to a house and it's like, we're not here. Please take one. And Dave would just take the whole bag and run. That's a Dave move for sure.
Dude, for sure. Dave would take the ball, dump it in his pillowcase, and he is gone. He is out.
And he would just throw double birds on the way out.
I hate hearing that, man.
These are allegations, and I don't like. DJ, will you represent me in this mock trial here?
Reluctantly, as a public defender, I don't love where we're at, but the duty calls. You have no proof of this. You have no proof to levy these claims against my client. One shred of evidence we haven't seen here. So until we do, I think we're wasting the court's time.
Dave was lucky that he grew up before the age of like the Ring camera on every front door, every front.
Buddy, I would not be here right now. That is big facts.
You want to give us one story or no?
Tell the coning story, Dave. Weren't you a big coning guy?
Dude,
not Coney 2012 or whatever.
2012.
Coning, some people, some kids, unruly teens thought it was funny, or people in their 20s thought it was funny to go to ice cream establishments, order ice cream cones, and when they paid for it and they handed them the cone, you grabbed it on the ice cream just to see what the person, like how they reacted. Not me. I've heard about this. It's like one of those things. Like, did this really happen? We don't know. Like,
the thing is, you pay for the ice cream first. Like, the joke is actually just on you.
Correct.
It's like no, I'm out $6. Like,
you're not out $6. You're out $1.19.
I don't know where he's getting ice cream from. Maybe
this was back before everything was artisanal ice cream. That's when you could just
get.
This was back in America where you could just.
It was out of the machine.
Yeah.
This is when you pull up to that Texas stop sign, get you a belt buster and a cone.
I think the whole time leading up to that, I was picturing like a parking code. So imagine my surprise to hear you say you were walking into an ice cream shop. That's good stuff.
There was one house in the neighborhood growing up, and every year they had like a bench in their front yard, and there was like a scarecrow, a life-size scarecrow on it. Every year it was a guy like dressed up as a scarecrow that would like just pop up and scare kids.
Yeah.
And it scared. It
I
got
was
us
way out
every
on
year.
that. Way out on that guy.
It was a little much. That guy, like, is that normal behavior?
No, that guy lived in my neighborhood too, and bad guy. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think, much like your boy Ari, I don't think some of his antics aged well off Halloween either. But we take that offline.
You know what? Dylan's neighbor last Halloween, his pet monkey bit a kid.
I'm not a sports guy, but I think I see what you're
doing. Not my neighbor, but that did happen in the city limits. Yeah, that was Halloween, wasn't it? That's right.
It was the pole assassin.
Yeah, the pole assassin. That's right. Good story.
Dylan, you had a famous neighbor. Didn't she start like an ice cream store or like a boutique or something?
Farrah Abraham.
I'm not personally familiar with her work.
I knew her personally from the show 16 and Pregnant. However, she did go on to have a career after the show in adult entertainment, if you will. And yes, she lived down the street from me for a little while, and she opened a frozen yogurt shop in my neighborhood. And on opening day of the very family friendly yogurt store, she had a step and repeat set up, and she dressed like she was going to the AVN Awards. It was quite the spectacle. It had a lot of people talking. Yes, Farrah.
Good opportunity for some coning.
Wow. Yeah.
Not a lot of people can say they coned Farrah Abraham.
It's true.
I think some people can claim that, actually.
Okay.
I think she cones them. Oh. What?
Jeez.
Okay.
Huh?
You've gone too far, Dylan.
Segue?
Come on, man.
How's that flirty D treating you, Dave?
I'm sucking on ice, dude. It's not. I mean, it's great, but I don't know. Well, it was exactly one cocktail night, so I've played that card. DJ, what'd you have for dinner?
I'm glad you asked. Went to so I just recently moved to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and we're kind of in exploratory mode in the neighborhood. So there was a Mexican place. I've been walking by it every day, just waiting for the right moment. Called Judy's, which I thought was an interesting name for a Mexican restaurant. I'd never heard that before, but I went in and I absolutely loved it. It was great. Very low key Mexican place, some enchiladas, chimichangas, things of that nature.
Ooh,
It was great. It was great.
Good for you.
that's a good dinner. I'm glad to hear you didn't mash that Zocard.
No, I almost texted you. I had been I had been holding. I had a couple, 3 of a kind actually the last couple
Ooh.
days. Yeah, I had some leftovers, so been dropping it a couple times, but
Yeah.
How
Well,
does
lately-
the Zocard play into leftovers?
If it's all part of the same Zaw transaction.
Oh,
Then you're
that's
fine.
interesting. That's
Yeah,
interesting. Okay.
See, I question that though. What if you ordered like 5
Dylan.
larges?
Hey,
That'd be gaming
brother,
the system.
I hear what you're saying, and I didn't make the rules, so it's
There's
kind of
no
like
text. No
I just
text in the
interpret
book on
the
that one.
text, and I just tell y'all.
Right.
And,
I understand.
So-
Okay.
Hey, and by the way,
enough,
to the people on Twitter asking me like, "Hey, I had a calzone. Did I play?" You had a calzone. It's called a calzone because it's not pizza.
It's kind of a
Similar.
pizza or pie situation.
We're gonna have you on next week for pizza or pie.
Oh my gosh.
Our friends over at Vizzy are so happy to present this happy hour live. As I said, summer is phased out. It's time to get something new and fresh during the season to change. Vizzy is just that. They've got their mimosa seltzer pack. They got their variety packs. They've got everything. Vizzy Hard Seltzer, flavors for every vibe. Stock up on Vizzy Hard Seltzer and show some love for the show. Here's how to get yours. Go to VizzyHardSeltzer.com/washed to find Vizzy near you. That's VizzyHardSeltzer.com/washed. And to hear first about the latest flavor drops and more, sign up at VizzyHardSeltzer.com/subscribe. You must be 21 or older. And please celebrate responsibly. And just a big shout out to our friends over at the Molson Coors Beverage Company in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Speaking of Milwaukee, let's take a listener question. DJ, what are the best curds in Milwaukee?
It's a great question. Far be it from me to present myself as some sort of expert on this subject. I'm merely a kind of first year student. But the best that I've had so far would probably be at the Milwaukee Ale House, which is downtown. No relation to the larger ale house chain you see across the southeast. Just a house that serves ale. And it's great, right by the river. It's just some really good curds. Appreciate the listener's question.
I bet Dylan's never even had cheese curds.
I don't think that's true.
I have one time at the Super Bowl, actually in Minnesota, I had cheese curds. The nice people behind me overbought cheese curds by a lot, and they were just passing them out to everyone within like a 10-foot radius. So I tried some at the, I don't even know what that stadium's called, wherever the Vikings play. And they were pretty good.
I can't even imagine how much you have to spend to overbuy cheese curds at the Super Bowl.
Oh my!
I mean,
God.
everyone in my section was eating cheese curds from this very generous fella. I mean, what if you pay $5,000 to go to the Super Bowl? I don't think some cheese curds are gonna really.
You paid that was the damage. You paid $5,000 out of your own pocket to go to the Super Bowl.
Jeez, buddy.
I paid $0, but the people next to us said they paid $5,000 for their tickets. And we didn't have great seats.
I'll just go ahead and say it. I've never had a cheese curd, so I hope to change that. We're gonna get up to
Really
Wisconsin.
embarrassing.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna go to Madison. Then we're gonna go visit DJ. We're gonna do a trip, and I'm gonna have some cheese curds. And someone is gonna pick up my room and board and give me a per diem, and it's gonna be a great time.
I think you'd really enjoy them, considering your za, bona fides. I think it's a similar, kind of idea, different delivery mechanism. But I think you really enjoy it.
Yeah, no, it's adjacent.
Yeah.
Shall we call it, guys?
That was fun. DJ,
That's
thank
fun.
you so much, man.
Hey, anytime, guys. Big fan. Thrilled to be on.
Thank you for humoring the game that will live in infamy forever. DJ, pie, or both. DJ, where can the people follow you?
Just don't. I wouldn't these days. It's a dumpster fire of Saudi golf stuff, bots. You know, I think you should leave jokes. That's pretty much all you're gonna find. So I would just caution.
Sounds pretty
them.
good.
Yeah, I would say
Perfect.
don't even bother, to be honest.
Any closing thoughts,
Okay.
guys?
Yeah. Before we go, can you kind of break down the official World Golf Rankings? Just kind of like what's going on there and what to expect going forward.
Totally. Yeah. You know, it's. I'm not going to humor this as. Why don't we, Dave? We can take that offline, maybe. And I'd say
Fair enough.
2 to 3 hour conversation if you want to put
Fair
some time on the calendar. But yeah, it's not good in the world of golf these days, guys. It's a bit of a shit show, and now the kind of drama du jour is about whether we should change the way that we rank professional golfers based on a golf tournament series that's been around for like 3 months. So it's very very interesting times.
Speaking of that
Right.
golf series, I was really hoping Will would have and DJ or Pie or both. I was hoping there would somehow be a chain smoker Pie.
I mean,
I don't know what that would look like, but it would just be
big
fun.
shout out to the chain smokers. You know.
Yeah. Friends of the show.
Yeah, I think they're watching right now. What's up, Alex? Good to see you, man. It's very cool.
What's up, Drew?
Stay 6 feet away based on their propensity for being super spreaders.
I kind of got worried we threw an accidental super spreader event last year with our meetup in Austin in the middle of summer, but it was all outdoors.
You can only do so much, you know.
You can. Everyone stay safe out there. All right, guys. Let's get out of here. I'm going to go eat my BLT for dinner.
Ooh, yum.
Very
I'll
cool.
see y'all tomorrow. DJ,
Enjoyed it,
always a pleasure.
guys.
Thank you,
Thanks,
DJ.
DJ.
See y'all.
Bye.